to the 26th one-shot. We are following up our Youngblood special you can go back and listen to. We talked about a lot of fun topics. Me and Jocelyn talked about toys. We talked about Youngblood cartoons, trading cards, and most importantly, we hyped up this book right here, which is Youngblood #1. If you don't recognize this cover, maybe you'll recognize that one. This is a part of Image's first releases. And we've already reviewed Savage Dragon, we reviewed Spawn, and now it's time for Youngblood. We're inching closer, Wildcats. We're inching closer. And this is going to be a fun one, all right? This is going to be an interesting read-through. We're going to have some things to say about this.
Quite a bit.
So, first of all, I read this wrong, I guess. So, I read it from this side first, because I didn't know. I thought it was just like a flip cover. You can if you want to display it like this or display it like that. I thought it was a gimmick. I didn't know each side is their own book. It's their own story, which then confused me more. So we're going to go through it this way, which I think is the correct way I decided with Jocelyn. I think this is correct. This is a other Youngblood team. I am getting the idea that there's multiple Youngblood teams in these books. There's this one, and then there's this one, which I think is the main one, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. The ones in this side of the book are Brahma, Riptide, Proton, Sapphire, Sentinel, and Cougar. So this is interesting here. We're starting off, by the way, it has the little trading card here included with it. We are starting off here with newsreels, almost reminiscent of things like we saw in Spawn and what we see in Dark Knight Returns. They're obsessed with their newsreels. I've been trying to find a way to incorporate this in one of my books, but there's no way to. But in this one, though, it's not CNN, it's SNN. They are covering a situation in the Middle East with not Saddam Hussein, but Hassan Hussein.
I hate this, by the way. I just want to point that out. I hate it. So you can't use the actual name, so you just twist it around to avoid the copyright and all that instead of coming up with something original. I hate it.
And he looks more Cuban than anything. You know what I mean? He looks Hispanic. He doesn't look like he's from the Middle East. The little thin mustache, that's not usually, what the characteristics in these books are presented with. So we find out here the president, they're talking about a unit that the government has, and this unit is the superpower unit, and he's like, I don't want to talk about it. And as the newscaster here is talking about it freaked out, we see this giant, cool spreadsheet, by the way, of the team here of, oh, Jesus Christ, we got Cougar, Brahma, Riptide, Proton is somewhere. I don't know where he is. Oh, is that him? No, that's Sapphire. I don't know where who's this?
I think that's Combat.
Is that Combat? Okay, that's Combat. He wasn't on the lineup, so, it threw me off a little bit. That is Combat. Okay, so, yeah, all right. Combat, I'm used to seeing him without the helmet, not with the helmet. So, yeah, they drop in here, and these guys are battling, shooting off at him. Cool little page here. And then we see this big kick here from Cougar, and all this really is just a big fight. All the stuff they're talking about here literally means nothing. They're talking about how they're not in this old war zone together, and that he's getting pumped up. Cougar's pumped here, and that's really it. It's just an excuse for these guys to punch. So they go in on the attack here. You see Sapphire, who I feel like is the most OP guy in this book, especially for what he says later on. He's just controlling everything. We see Riptide here controlling the water, which I think is very cool. I think Riptide's very underrated, honestly. I think the way she controls water is pretty cool. Brahma he just hits people. He's just a big dude who hits people. So as they're going in on the target here, they're going after Hassan Hussein, and they go in on this headquarters, and as they get in there, they're still just blasting away at the security outside. And when they do, they get hit with this mind ray, And what it is, it's controlled by this giant robotic creature here. We find out Hassan is controlling this, making sure that there's like energy fields that are messed with, so it gives them headaches. Is that what it is? By the way, Brahma caked up like a motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
This man, more than Riptide, I gotta say. He's been doing his squats. So they get hit with this brain ray. So okay, this is how I see combat. This is probably why I got confused at first.
Yeah,
because I feel like everything after this I've seen of combat, he doesn't have a helmet on. Like any other media I've seen him in, I know him to look like this.
Yeah.
So, Sci-Fire this whole time while everyone's getting their ass kicked, he's kind of just floating around like an asshole. And he's like, yeah, I found out I could have killed you guys from the States, but I wanted to do this personally. Basically saying this all could have been done in a page. He could have just thought about killing them, and it could have killed them. You just cost the U.S. government millions of dollars. All because you didn't want to do it at home? Come on, bro. What is this?
Like, what the fuck? They paid a plane ticket for you and everything.
A plane ticket. People have died. I'm pretty sure some U.S. soldiers have also died in the midst of this. But anyways, this giant man just punches the hell out of Combat, knocks his helmet off. Cougar jumps on top here, starts hammering away at him. And Combat here gets very, very angry, tells Cougar to get off. And when he does, he punches the hell out of this robot multiple times, knocking him down to the ground, and Combat stands tall. But right when he's about to go in for the kill, he gets stopped here by Cougar, who's like, bro, this isn't Catella. And he grunts a little bit. And he goes, you wouldn't last a minute there. And honestly, I like this interaction. And after reading this, I want to know their story more than anything. I want to see like a throwback issue of their time in this Catella, whatever that Warzone was. So I think I want to see why he's like a broken soldier. That'd be cool. I also want to point out too, not being rude or anything, but okay, combat. Where's his boots? Where's his knee pads and boots? I see this shoulder got knocked off in the fight, but did his boots get knocked off too? They're right here, and then they're gone. It's like I'm reading Supreme all over again.
Oh, Supreme had some worse continuity issues.
So then we go back to Sci-Fi here, who I'm reading this, and this man is a villain. Like,
yeah.
Like this is a bad person. Granted, this is like a terrorist he's going after, but yeah, no. He says that he's trying to kill Hussein here. Oh wait, is it? No, sorry. Is it Hussein? Hussein, my bad. Hussein, not the actual terrorist, the fake terrorist. Hussein is pleading for his life here as Sci-Fire wants to kill him. And he says, I actually admire what you've done here in this backwards country. It's just that mine pays me more. Racism. This guy, he's racist. That's so crazy. And then Hussein is like, I'll pay you money. And he's like, much too little, much too late. Which implies that if he asked him maybe a couple months sooner, this guy would have joined the terrorists. That's what this is saying. I will say this is probably my favorite panel in this entire book.
It's funny you say that. It's my favorite panel as well.
Like this screaming, like this is an insane amount of detail I've ever seen from Rob at this time. This looks amazing. This looks great. So yeah, no, like honestly, these 2 pages, I love these 2 pages. They're great storytelling.
Yes.
Without looking at the words. So I think that's cool. So yeah, he Sci-Fire, I guess, so he can like control minds, I guess. He's kind of like Jean Grey, sort of, but it has like a cosmic level, sort of. They don't really explain in this book.
Yeah, no.
He just has like a cosmic way of controlling things, and he blows up his head. And then we get a comedy scene here. So as they come in, everyone's filing in as Hussein is bloodied on the ground, and we get this view here, and Combat goes, impressive. Cougar goes, "Oh boy," and Sapphire goes, "Oh, thank you." And then he shows up, and Sapphire goes, "Good morning, sleepyhead." And he goes, "Oh no, you didn't. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one to explain." And Sapphire goes, "You think?" Riptide goes, "Oh, way to go, brilliant." I'm like, what? I honestly like this. Like, this gave everyone kind of some character, and I liked it. I think that was funny.
Yeah.
This reminded me very much of like what X-Force is nowadays, where it's like kind of like a comedy book. I like the little comedy things inside for a book like this. It breaks up the monotony of like action constantly happening. And he goes, they split away after that, and we find out Kusain is dead. Pow, smash, kerplash. Also, shout out Battlestone right here.
However,
and,
more importantly, Gabe, we can join the Rob Liefeld fan club for $4.50 a year.
Also, this is the Thrasher font from Thrasher magazine. You want to know how I know that? That's the font I use for Sheedy and K. It's the same font. So yeah, I think we need to join this Rob Liefeld fan club. Do you think if I mail this in nowadays, we'll get something back? Do you think this is still his P.O. box?
I doubt it. But man, $4.50 a year,
dude. Talk about a deal. Like, what the hell? This is like Patreon before Patreon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You pay your $1, get Liefeld stuff. Incredible. Like, this is cool. Then you need to join the Liefeld fan club. You get a quarterly newsletter featuring up-to-minute news. This is literally just Patreon. You get like all this exclusive stuff, news on Liefeld-related projects, original artwork, convention appearances, open forum for Liefeld fans. I wonder if some of the... So I see... Is this like sent to you physically? Or is this like online? Because if it's a newsletter, is it like a physical newsletter that was being sent to people back in 92?
It's 92. It's hard to imagine that it would be online. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to know if some of these newsletters exist. I think it'd be cool to get my hands on a Rob Liefeld fan club newsletter. I'm gonna have to do
something for the future.
I'm gonna have to
something
do
for the future. Yeah.
But then that's how that ends, and you keep reading. You're like, oh, it's upside down. What the hell? And then you have to flip it around, and you get to this side here. Now this is the side that has the crew you know. This has Chapel. This has Bad Rock. By the way, it's also got combat here without the helmet. We got Vogue, we got Die Hard, and Shaft. I know all their names, so we got the whole crew here. So yeah, see, that's why it threw me off, because like he doesn't wear the fucking helmet there. Okay, whatever. It's literally the same book. By the way, the dialogue in this book is by Hank Kanalz. Remember that, okay?
And remember that this is Youngblood home team. That's
okay, so this is Youngblood home team? Oh, okay. Does this one just say Youngblood? See, okay, you mentioned that earlier, which is away team. Oh, it's like baseball. They should have like different jerseys, you know what I mean?
They should, yeah. Wear like different colors. Yeah.
So, this time we're here in Washington, D.C. And we see good old Shaft here shopping around with his girlfriend, Shelly. And she says, I'm actually shopping on my lunch with my boyfriend. Unbelievable. And he says, believe it, Shelly. I told the guys back in the office that the paperwork would have to wait. What a good guy. You know what I mean? What a good guy. And they're talking about reports they have to fill out. And she goes, oh, how quickly my Jeff forgets. Those very reports are what we assistant DAs have to read. They help put away all the bad guys. You nail them and we jail them. I love that.
Gabe, I just want you to notice.
If Shaft fucks someone, they could arrest them after.
Exactly. By the way, I want you to like compare, right? Jeff and Shelly. They have the same curly hairline.
They really do.
Like what is that about, Rob? Like
I get it's I get it's 92, but these are the most 80s looking people I've ever seen, especially Shelly.
Yeah.
The most 90. I mean, and Shelly not only has the name of the Crow's wife, she looks like Eric Draven in the comic. She's got his mullet and everything. So as they're on their shopping date, we see a man robbing someone. He's running through the mall, and he says, "Out of my way, chump!" And he says, "Shelly, stay put. This won't take more than a second." And he kicks away. I actually have a T-shirt that have the same colors of stripes, which is pretty funny. And he tells the guy, he's like, "Hey, buddy, what's the hurry? 'Tis the season for giving, not stealing." So he punches this man in the face without any reason. I mean, he looked like he was stealing, I guess. So he punches him in the face, of course, as you do. And someone's talking here, and he's like, these heroes, they fall for it every time. And he's just openly talking. At first, I thought he was going to be, like, talking in his head, but he's not. He's saying all of this out loud. He's saying, okay, I'm going to say it like how I think he's saying it. That's it, Shaft. Beat the tar out of that innocent, harmless boy. Don't pay any attention to the real threat above you. Doesn't it make him sound like a pervert?
It does. It does.
And then he screams at the top of his lungs, "Gotcha pinned now!" So it obviously gets his attention. Screams it. And in that split millisecond, he's like, "Fuck, I don't have arrows, but I do have a pen in my pocket. I'm going to launch it at full speed at this man I've looked at for half a second and stab him in the neck with the pen." He gurgles down to the ground, and he dies. And I like how they're like, "That's Shaft. How'd he do that?" Okay, you know who Shaft is, but you don't know his superpower? That's what I was trying to figure out here. Like, how do these guys not know how Shaft works? Obviously, he's like a public figure. I don't know. Well, he gets rushed here, bum rushed by all the reporters. And he's like, "Oh, I'm glad this pen is good for more than just signing autographs. No ID, no pulse, no answers. Damn it." Well, that's your fault, Shaft. Like, you could have like got him in the arm or something, or thrown it in the barrel of the gun and like exploded the gun or something. I don't know.
Honestly, yeah.
Maybe that's just me thinking like Bullseye would do. I don't know. And then he says, "The press? Oh, the body isn't even cold." They're not interviewing the body. They don't give a shit about this dead body. It was like, "Oh, by the way, what do you feel about how do you feel about being in Youngblood and all these rumors about all this stuff and all that?" He asks about like the attempt on his life that just happened 30 seconds ago. He just says, "How did you get here so fast?" And then they openly say, "We've been following you all day." Creepy. And he's like, "Well, I'm really not prepared to make a statement right now. As for the situation in the Middle East." Why did you just bring that up? Okay, I gotta be fair. He did mention the crisis overseas, so okay, that makes sense. Yeah, as they're questioning him, he gets his beepers going off. His pager starts beeping, and he's like, "Sorry about lunch, Shelly. I gotta go." She's like, "Be careful. Go nail him, whoever it is this time." I can't read, I guess. And then we get probably another one of my favorite parts of this side of the book, and it's just humanizing Badrock, just eating dinner like with his mom. And I like that. She calls him by his real name. She goes, "Sure, honey, drinking milk, Bedrock, Mom."
It's the wholesome version of John Bernthal from Wolf of Wall Street. Ma, where's the chicken, Ma?
Also, is this a Mandela effect? I thought it was Badrock.
So he was originally called Bedrock.
Okay, I was like,
but Rob got sued.
My whole life. Okay.
He got sued, and he had to change it to Bedrock.
"Call me Mr. Flintstone. I can make your bedrock, girl." Is that why he got sued? Is because of the Flintstones?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, is this a Mandela effect? I definitely remember being Badrock my whole life. Okay. And she's like, "Oh, that's my boy. Make me proud." And then we get another cool little Mom. I like how she says his full government name, Thomas John McCall. Okay. I love Badrock. Then we get a cool like chamber scene here of Die Hard. He looks cool as fuck. I was so happy when I was reading Super Patriot for the first time and he showed up. I was like, "Oh yeah!" And they fucking fought. That was awesome. This is funny too. So you did mention to me that there is a remaster of this book.
Yes.
And I did see a page in there, and I thought it was funny. So so in the original release of this book, as you can see here, Chapel is in bed, and he just says, it's like speech bubbles, I guess it's in his head. Another night, another love, Chapel. My man, Youngblood membership has its privileges. And he basically tells her to wake up, I gotta go. But in the remaster, there's no speech bubbles. He says, quote, just give me 2 more minutes. I'll be ready for round 4. She goes, round 4? You're not done yet? You're killing me, baby. And he says, we gotta die sometime, right? Might as well.
What? That's wild.
Oh, man. And then he's like, oh, shit, they want me for work. And she's like, well, can I see you in your uniform? You promised me. And he pulls out, it's the same image. So that means he pulled out his gun on her. And he goes, is this what you want? Does this turn you on?
The remaster's so much better.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
And then she goes, how come you didn't wear that before? That's what I wanted. This bitch a freak, bro. Also, they whitewashed her in the remake. She's like a generic white blonde or white brunette chick.
That's disappointing.
Oh, man. I had to point that out because when I was flipping through and saw that, I was dying, bro. And then we get Vogue here being an asshole. She's like, oh, they called me 5 hours ago. I'm going to make them wait. Like, you bitch. I would hate her on the team, dude.
That's like, everyone's here. Where's Vogue?
Oh, she's just jumping around the city still. But then Shaft comes in. So this is funny. So she's like, I'm 5 hours late. So Shaft is just walking in, and she's already there. So that means Shaft was even more late than her.
Yeah, exactly.
And he goes, you're late. Don't let it happen again. Like, bitch, you just walked in. What are you talking about? Why are you scolding there? Like, you just walked in late. Anyways, and I like this. What's eating Shaft today? What? Pause. First of all,
what's Shaft is, yeah.
So we find out there's like a transport vehicle that's under attack here, and they need to solve this. There's a group. It's Strong Arm Engage and members of the Four, and they're like, "Whoa, there's only 2 of them though. Oh no, they must be getting the other 2." And we see it looks like Brahma with red hair, Brahma mixed with Juggernaut, picking up this door and ripping it open, and we see who they're kidnapping here, which is their teammates. What was their names? This is oh god. I don't even fucking know. Anyways. They get busted out. These 2 get busted out. And then, okay, this is the image I wanted to talk about on this show. All right. What the fuck is happening here in this fucking picture, dude? Just like, what the fuck is this image? Okay.
I don't know.
We're going to examine this real quick. All right. These are his feet. This is his penis. But his body is all the way going, like, arching all the way up. What? This man's folded up like a taco. And why is the dick print so, like, pronounced? I love it. This looks a lot better. This is a great picture here. This punch is fucking amazing. Like, we go from that to this. This looks amazing. You could have done away with this and just used this image. This should have just been like Die Hard flying forward, and then this should have been the connection. Because it's like he uppercutted him and then punched him again. There's like a double punch happening here. So yeah, he rolls in, and then Youngblood show up for the fight, and then it ends. Are you fucking kidding me? Bro. What? Just don't include this part of the book. Just do this part. I want to see them fight now. I mean, I guess it's a cliffhanger, but it doesn't even say, like, to be continued. So, like, I go to turn the page, and, like, I'm like, why is this upside down now? I was so confused. But this is a cool looking splash page, though.
Yeah.
That is the general consensus with this book is, ooh, this looks cool.
Yeah.
There's some great images in this book. But it was fun for what it was. But when we put out that that message out on classiccomics.org and there was mixed reviews about it, I see why. I see why. But I can also see pieces of a really good story in here or things they can build off of. I like that each of the characters has their own personality. Like, they really took their time in those 2-3 panels to make them each unique as much as they could. I say they, it's Rob. That Rob could do. But there's so much more that could have been done with this.
So much more.
And you have to wait like 4 more months for the next issue.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Youngblood #1. What'd you think, buddy?
This was okay.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing I've ever read. You know what I mean? I've read a lot.
Okay.
I've read what's that? The fucking the thing from Frank Miller.
Oh God, yeah.
The weird fucking book where he fought the Nazis and shit like that. I read that book. This is not that. This still, like I said, it had inklings of something in there. I want to see, like, honestly, I see why Bad Rock, formerly known as Bedrock, was the most popular, because I feel like his little, like, piece was the most, like, humanizing one. Even though they spent, like, 3 pages on Shaft, I didn't care. I cared about Bad Rock at the end, mostly, and fucking Chapel. These two are the stars of this book, especially in the remaster.
Oh my God, yeah.
This man tried to kill a woman with his penis. and then he killed Spawn with his gun.
I can't. You know what? I can't wait to read the other remasters. I really can't.
It added so much to it. Like,
yeah,
I
it
wish
really
all
does.
of that was in it.
Yeah.
Oh man, like even Bad Rocks is funny. Like his mom, when they're in this page here, when she's like this, and she's like, "Drink your milk." Like they changed that, and she says, "You're leaving? Any idea when you'll be home?" He goes, "That's classified, Mom." Just kidding. I'll call you before 10. And he leaves. Like that's funny. I like that. So yeah. Oh yeah, and even here too, when he's like eating his food. And she's like, "Oh, no trouble for my only son." In this, she's scolding him. She's like, "Thomas, chew your food before you swallow." And then the show is like, and he's all angry right here, chewing his food. He's like, "I need to get these chumps straight. Gotta be more combo moves during higher level gameplay." He's talking about video games. Oh, it's awesome. Like, it's great. So, honestly, I don't hate this. This isn't like the most groundbreaking #1 we've reviewed on the show, but it definitely isn't the worst.
Here's what I'll say: if you compare it to the remaster, I actually like the remaster more.
Yeah, and like we said, the images aren't bad. Like the drawings are fine. It's just like the dialogue's it's very outdated. I was gonna say a little. It's very outdated. And I like that the remaster's out now to kind of get it up to speed with correct dialogue. To which I'm curious now, did they put the weird posed Die Hard dick punch in this? I need to find out now. I need to know. I'm flipping through it right now. I need to know. Oh, please be in here, all remastered. Please be in here. Oh no, I don't see it. Did they not include it? Oh no. They added a bunch of pages too, like new art. Oh, it's in it! Yes! It's in it! Let's go! Oh, hell yeah, dude. This iconic image is in its remastered glory. Awesome. That's all I've ever asked for. Sick. And then here, they took away his dialogue. He doesn't say that on the remaster. It's just completely blank.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah. So, it's a little bit more of like an impactful punch. No pointless dialogue. And then on the splash page, they all say something too. They're all talking. So it's not as like just picture and then nothing. So that was Youngblood #1. I'm happy I read it. I'm happy I can say I read Youngblood #1. It's been sitting on my rack. When I was buying all my Image first books, this was one of the first ones I owned. It was like this and Wildcats I owned first. So all the other ones came out. I actually had this before Wildcats. So like the start of my classic comic collection, like my modern comic collection that I have, not my childhood one. This was the first one. So, you know, special to me a little bit. Now when you see the size of my collection now, what it's grown to, it all started because of this book. I found it for cheap and got it. So, yeah, that was Youngblood #1. Be sure to look out for next month. We will be reviewing Body Bags issues 3 and 4. We are going to be completing Body Bags. What do you think about that? That's going to be exciting. That's going to be a lot of fun.
That should be a lot better than Youngblood #1.
And yes, we are getting prepped and ready for Superman and Fantastic Four coming out soon. At the time of this recording, it's coming out very soon. So we are going to have a cool Superman book for that month to review. So look out for that in the way future. But in the meantime, we hope you enjoyed this Youngblood Home and Youngblood Away book here. I want to know at what point they just combine the teams. Because, like, even the merch for these are just, like, certain people from each. Like, why is Combat here? He wasn't in, like, was he in the group shot? I don't even remember him being in the group shot.
No, because he was on the away team.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? False advertising, first of all. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.